Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, March 14, 2017 at 1219 a.m. Birmingham. The blog I just finished, guys, I believe that, what can I say? That I believe time is here. I do. And people have been talking about the age of grace, but no one really put together the age of grace being 777, the number of completion. It makes sense. And also 5 being in front of that. And meaning the age of grace is over. It is completed. And then from there, he said, Dr. Mark or Dr. Mike said that we go into the tribulation period that lasts 7 years. And then when you factor in the 7 years and the dates and go back to 1948, you have 70. So he said that the church would be removed and that the return would happen within that generation, that the Jews in May 5, 48 became a nation again. And hey, here we are. This is it. And to me, I feel like although things are just horrible around the world, I feel like that the United States may, with Trump coming in and then through Kim Clements said that there would be a President Trump, and he went back, there was another one found prior to 2007 that came from Kim Clements. And that one was in like 1994 or something like that. He said it back then that Trump would be the president. And he didn't know exactly who Trump was. He didn't know, he just thought, all he knew was Trump. But he thought the trumpet would bring in a president, and a president that would lead our nation in the end of days. Well, he was right in both ways. His assumption that the trumpet and the assumption that a man would come that would lead our nation. Well, the trumpet and Trump just happened to be one. And like the Mark Williamson said, God doesn't sound trumpets just to make noise. When he sounds one, it's something that you have to pay attention to, because he is telling you something is about to occur. And we've had, if you go back, there are people that have researched it and gone back to the times of the trumpets. Now, I'm not talking about the 7 trumps of the Revelations, the final 7 years. I'm talking about a trump that'll sound that will take the people, call the people from the ground to the clouds to meet Christ in the sky. Now, then there will be a trump that everyone will hear that will cause Christ to come back with his church to the earth on the final day to gather his elect, which is the Jews and those who made it through the 7-year tribulation alive, and those who accepted Christ during the 7 years and didn't die. The moment this church is taken up, you got to know that total chaos is going to be unleashed on this planet, and it will not end. And it will not end until Christ rides through the clouds the sky that'll break open and every eye shall see him. That means when he comes, it's like you unfold the earth and everyone is looking at Christ and seeing him ride out of the sky. There will be millions upon millions to reach out to welcome him, but there will be billions that will try to flee from him. Again, narrow is the way to salvation, wide is the way to destruction. And that clearly tells us there's a great number of people that will never make it. They will not accept Christ, and they just don't care. And I'm seeing a group of people that's on the left that's attacking God's man, Donald Trump, every way from Sunday. And that's not good for them. That attack needs to end because it is helping to usher in what we call the rapture of the church and usher in the beginning of the 7-year tribulation. I don't know what else to say except, guys, if this man is correct, and biblically it sounds like he is, and things that NASA's not told us that they see out there, and even if you go back to Tom Horn and Chris Putnam when they went on Mount Graham and talked to the men that actually ran the observatory and the Lucifer telescope, he asked, well, what are you looking for? He said, we're watching inbound. And he said, inbound, like what? He said, like traffic. Now, that inbound could very well be the very same thing that NASA's watching. Something inbound. And they see that it is a meteor. They say it's going to rock the world. So they have not told the world about it yet. I wish they would, because it may make a difference on millions of people, whether they accept Christ or not. If they think this thing is going to rock the world, some people may take it that it's going to actually skirt and hit part of the world. I don't know. I don't believe it's going to hit this earth. I do believe that it will come so close that it will set off a chain of events, volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, that a chain of events will occur from this very near past that, again, is going to rock the world, just as he said. Guys, the Bible has been opened up, and it's laying here before you. Do you want to take a chance, even another day? Because it does not mean the rapture will take place on those dates. Christ did say you'll know the time when it's near, but you not know the day nor the hour. Only the Father in heaven knows the day and the hour. So we know within, and it's reasonable to think within months. But at the same time, when the grace period is over, then it may not be down to the last person who's going to accept Christ. It may go down to the wire that when the last person is able to accept Christ freely. And that's something to think about. Once it's not free, then the rapture may happen. And knowing God, He'll want to extend it to the very last moment, but His timing will be met. His timed events, because he's already watched the end of it, and he knows the end. When that date and that hour arrives, then just before that hour is up, Jesus is going to call his people home. We'll go up and meet him with the clouds, and then there'll be untold billions that'll fall on their faces knowing that they just missed the rapture of the church. Please don't take that chance, guys. Please don't do that. Jody Wolf, Expoz.